If you want to relearn how to read and write again after a stroke, your first step is to relearn the sounds and their letters. My name is Bree. I'm a speech-language pathologist with over 10 years of experience working with people with aphasia. And today, we're going to work on the sounds S and Z. I'm going to show you how to make these sounds, connect them to their letters, and then we'll read words that begin with these sounds. If you want extra practice with today's lesson, I've made a worksheet you can download. It's Pay What You Can, and the link is in the description below. All right, let's get started. So for many people with aphasia, relearning your sounds and your letters can be really tricky. One thing that can make it easier is to have a picture of what your mouth is supposed to look like. This is the picture I'll use for both S and Z. And the reason I'm using the same picture for both of these sounds is because your lips and your teeth and your tongue are doing the exact same thing to make both of these. Isn't that cool? The only difference is your voice box. Listen and watch as I make these two sounds. S, Z, S, Z. Okay, now I'm going to mute that clip. You won't be able to hear it, but just watch. You'll see that my mouth is doing the exact same thing for both sounds. Ready? All right, so let's talk about how to make these sounds step by step. The first thing is that your top teeth and your bottom teeth should go together. And ignore for a second that I never wore my retainer growing up, so my teeth don't actually touch. And if that's the same for you, it is okay. Get them as close together as possible. And then your tongue is gonna come forward. Mine touches the bottom of my teeth right here. So teeth together, tongue forward, and then push out some air. This is the same for both sounds. S, Z. Now here's how they're different. For the sound S, your voice box is off. Your vocal cords do not touch in your throat. It is just air. We call this a quiet sound, and I'm going to use this icon to show you that it's quiet and your voice box is off. And then for Z, there's one more part. You do all the same stuff with your mouth, your teeth go together, your tongue comes forward, you're pushing air out, but your voice box has to be on. Your vocal cords need to be buzzing in your throat. If you put your hand on your throat while you make this sound, you should feel that gentle vibration. Z. We're gonna call this a noisy sound, and I'll use this icon to show you that your voice box is on. Z. All right, now that you've got a basic overview, let's start with S, and I want you to make that sound with me. We're gonna put our teeth together as close as you can. Your tongue comes forward, and then you're pushing air out. I'm gonna do it a few times, and I want you to jump in when you're ready, okay? S, S. Can you give it a try? Yeah, and your mouth should not move. You get it in place and it stays there the whole time. So don't get crazy trying to move your mouth all around. It's not doing anything different. It stays in place and you're pushing air out. That's it. If it helps you, some people like to think of this as the snake sound. And then we're gonna practice this a couple times together because your brain needs repetition. Ready? My turn. Your turn. Let's do a few more and then we'll move on. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Yeah. Just FYI, I've got a free weekly email. If y'all want all my favorite aphasia resources, as well as tips and tricks for how to improve at home, you can find it at aphasiawithbree.com/subscribe. I will also put a link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you there. Now let's try Z. We do this almost exactly the same way. Your top teeth and your bottom teeth come together as much as they can. Your tongue comes forward in your mouth, and then you're pushing air out. The only difference is that your vocal cords need to vibrate while you're doing this. It is a noisy sound. I'm going to do it a few times and you can watch me and kind of get a feel for it. When you're ready, jump in. I want to hear you doing it too. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Can you give it a try? Zzz. Nice. Yeah, we're going to do a couple more and then we'll move on. And some people like to think of this sound as like a little bumblebee flying around. Zzz. So if that helps you, remember that with this sound. Okay, I want you to try again. Remember that your voice box is on. My turn. Zzz. Your turn. Yeah, let's just do a few more. My turn. Zzz. Your turn. My turn. Zzz. Your turn. Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. Now let's talk about connecting those sounds to their letters. The sound S goes with this letter in English. This is the quiet sound. The sound Z goes with this letter in English. This is the noisy sound where your voice box is on. And now let's take a look at how to write those. We're going to start with the quiet sound. S. To write a capital S, you start at the top right, come over here, and curve. Come over here and curve. And then you'll end at the bottom left. For a lowercase s, we've got the exact same thing, but smaller. So you go this way and curve, go that way, curve, go this way again, and you're done. Let's practice just a little bit more, and I want you to do it with me. We're going to practice saying the sound and writing it down at the same time. Ready? For some people, writing the letters is not going to be that hard, but for other people, this can be really tricky, especially if you have limb apraxia, where you tell your hand to do one thing and it does something different. There are plenty of workbooks that you can use to practice your letters. If you're interested in the one that I'm using, I'll put a link in the description below so you can grab your own and practice at home. All right, and what about that other sound? Zzz. That sound goes with this letter in English, and let's practice writing it. It's kind of tricky because they're a little bit similar, but watch carefully and I'll show you how to do it. To write a capital Z, you start at the top left and go across. It's a quick diagonal downward and then across again. For a lowercase z, it is once again the exact same thing but smaller. You draw a line across, then diagonal, then go across again. We're going to practice saying the sound and writing it down at the same time. Ready? Z. Z, z, z. If this video is helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel for more practice videos. If you want more practice with today's lesson, be sure to download the worksheet at the link below. All right, let's get back to it. All right, now let's practice some words. We're going to start with words that start like S. And I want you to make sure that you're watching my mouth while we do this. For this type of therapy, watching someone else make this sound is critical, so be sure to pay attention to my mouth. My teeth are going together, my tongue is coming forward, and I'm pushing air out. Okay, first I'll say the word, and then I want you to fill in the blank with that same word. Let's give it a try. Salt. Pass the salt. Soap. Wash your hands with soap. Yeah. Sandwich. I'm going to eat a sandwich. Yeah. Street. I need to cross the street. Can you think of some more words that begin with S? Write them in the comments below and let's see what y'all come up with. Next, let's talk about words that begin like Z. Again, my teeth are together, my tongue is forward, I'm pushing air out, but this time my voice box is on. This is a noisy sound and you should feel vibration in your throat. We'll do this the same way. First, I'll say a word, and then you try to say that same word to fill in the blank. Here's the first one. Zipper. I'm going to zip my zipper. Zoo. Let's go to the zoo. This one's a little tricky. Give it a try. Zucchini. I need to cut the zucchini. Good. Zoom. Join the call on Zoom. Can you think of some more words that begin with Z? Write them in the comments below, and let's see what y'all come up with. Really nice work practicing the sounds S and Z today. For both of these sounds, we put our top teeth and our bottom teeth together as much as you can. Your tongue comes forward, right behind your teeth, and then you're pushing air out. That is the same for both sounds. For S, this is a quiet sound. Your voice box is off. For Z, it is a noisy sound. Your voice box is on, and your vocal cords should vibrate in your throat. Okay, I know that practicing individual sounds like this can feel a little bit weird, but as you get more and more of these sounds, you can start putting them together to make words. And this is how you start blending for reading, and how you can also listen to the sounds to know how to write down a word. So stick with me and keep practicing these sounds so that you can have a strong foundation for those other skills. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the next video. If you want extra practice with this lesson, I made a worksheet that you can download. This is pay what you can, so you can put a 0 in that box and get it for free, or you can leave me a tip if you're able. That helps me keep making free resources like this. If you want even more free resources and tips and tricks from me every single week, you can sign up for my email newsletter. You can find that at aphasiawithbree.com/subscribe. All right, y'all, that's it for today. Really good work. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon.